Professionals only.
Hey, I'm Rich T. Rue, here at the Rumble House. Just wanted to remind you that we don't ask for any donations or any funding. We haven't got any bursaries or subsidies or nothing. The only thing that keeps us open is if you click the share button. Now, I point at the share button for you, but I don't have any hands, and also depending on what platform you're on, the share button could be up there or over there or down there or down there. But if you could click the share button, please, that would be awesome. We love you. Thanks. You keep us open. We love you. Bye.
Okay. Hello and welcome to the 398th time we've gotten together. My head is down at the beginning of every single video because I'm sharing the event. That's embarrassing. You get to see the top of my head every single week. So I'm just posting the live event in the event page. Okay, woohoo! So we're gonna share this link so everyone can see. From 7 to 9 tonight, we are going to be looking at all of the beautiful, amazing artwork that's up for auction at 9 o'clock tonight. I'm gonna spin the wheel to start us off, though. This is a tradition going back many a year. Just about 400 Wednesdays we've done this.
Oh, yeah.
398.
Let me get back here for a second.
This is the most awkward way to do this.
Okay, I'm going over to a different camera, so just, can you stand where you're going to be? That's where you're going to be?
There's not really very much other space to do.
Okay. How do you feel about this setup versus what we just had?
Oh, this is wonderful. As you can see, the wheel. So, first piece of inspiration comes to us from a book I just got in the mail. Dark Crystal. And I'm going to talk about Mother Agra because she's my favorite.
Can I see her?
Yes. Find her first. Your pocket is big.
My pocket keys.
Sorry. Is she after Alpha? Please. There, Mother Agra.
Right. Gotcha.
So,
Are you going to read about her a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
who's Mother Agra? Summoned forth as nature's protector, Mother Agra unifies all life on Thra. As biologically anomalous as she is aloof and wise, there is no life form like Agra, and she watches over all of the creatures of Thra. Agra is neither plant nor animal. She is all of Thra in one being. Her veins flow with sap, and her feet and hands were once roots that at birth connected her to the dirt. She has curved horns and 3 eyes, the removable middle eye capable of remote viewing and even peering into the future. Behind these eyes is a mind that has grown weary under the burden of a cosmos worth of knowledge. At times cantankerous, she never stops caring for her world and its many species and is willing to sacrifice everything to protect them. Should I set up the mic or are we okay?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We'll get some feedback on the sound. How's the sound today? Totally forgot about the mic. I'll do the mic, you do the wheel. My
Okay.
ear.
I made a mess already.
Are those wires I tell you to never touch?
I was helping.
With what, your
I
fingers?
was helping.
By touching? No, I need that.
No, you don't. You need this. Those are the other ones. Okay, so first piece of first inspiration is Agra. I like that she has sap in her veins.
Exactly.
What was that Bob Dylan line about having mud in your eyes and dirt in your heart or something? And
Oh yeah. That if you think stuff like what's going on right now is okay, you must have
mud,
dust. Yes, and the dust is
mud in your heart and your heart's dead or something like that.
yeah, like that.
And I loved it so much.
I agree, and it's still
And then I
fitting.
wrote an FU poem about it. Being saucy.
Saucy.
What do you think of this? This still got broke. Is that wire permanent wire? Is that
No,
for
it's
me?
not permanent. It's just for your phone.
Okay.
Second piece.
Okay. I'm worried about the stability of this. I'm also worried about my stability should this tip.
Oh look,
You
that
can
looks,
avoid bumping into it?
Yeah.
Alright. I was wondering if anybody in YouTube land could tell us if the sound is okay.
okay. So
Audio, default, Yeti. Okay, is that better sound?
hello. So first piece of inspiration is Algra from the Dark Crystal. Second piece of inspiration comes to us from Universal Myths by Alexander Eliot. A heavenly messenger. The Buryat people of Siberia say that long ago the gods sent an eagle to teach heaven's secrets to mankind. It's on page 60 if you want to see her. Unfortunately, human beings failed to grasp what the fierce bird, with his swooping gestures and paralyzing screams, was trying to tell them. Despairing, the great eagle flew away over the earth. Far below him, under a tree, slept a Buryat woman. The eagle saw her. He wheeled about in the middle of the air. He swooped down from the sky like a whistling wind and stuck his yellow talons into the woman's thighs.
Into her what?
Thighs.
Thighs.
She awakened in the furiously beating embrace of his great wings. There on the ground, it was as if a blizzard of icicles and fire possessed her. The woman gave birth later on to the first human intermediary between earth and heaven, the first shaman. Wow. That was cool. We just read about Mother Agra being like nature and person, and then this is the god and intermediary between earth and heaven, the first shaman. And then we have Allen Ginsberg, another
Also
shaman.
a shaman.
Yeah. Sunflower Sutra. I walked on the banks of the Tin Can Banana Dock and sat down under the huge shade of a Southern Pacific locomotive to look at the sunset over the Box House hills and cry. Jack Kerouac sat beside me on a busted rusty iron pole. Companion, we thought the same thoughts of the soul, bleak and blue and sad-eyed, surrounded by the gnarled steel roots of trees of machinery. The oily water on the river mirrored the red sky. Sun sank on top of final Frisco peaks. No fish in that stream, no hermit in those mounts. Just ourselves, rheumy-eyed and hungover like old bums on the river bank, tired and wily. Look at the sunflower, he said. There is a dead gray shadow against the sky, big as a man, sitting dry on top of a pile of ancient sawdust. I rushed up and chanted. It was my first sunflower, memories of Blake, my visions, Harlem and hells of the eastern rivers, bridges, clanking joes, greasy sandwiches, dead baby carriages, black treadless tires, forgotten and unretreaded. The poem of the riverbank, condoms and pots, steel knives, nothing stainless, only the dank muck and the razor-sharp artifacts passing into the past. And the gray sunflower poised against the sunset, crackly, bleak, and dusty, with the smut and smog and smoke of olden locomotives in its eye. There's more, but this is by Allen Ginsberg. And then the heavenly messenger, the shaman that was given birth as an intermediary between the earth and heaven, and Agra. Magic is our topic tonight. We need a little magic in this world of ours. So, if you're making art with us, send us a picture of what you're doing. That would be great. If you're listening to music, send us what you're listening to. That would also be great. We miss listening to music during the rumbles. That used to be a thing. Okay.
Do you think that people are just so mortified by the world right now that our numbers are a little low? Because there's only 13 people with us tonight. Maybe they're all
Well, that's pretty good for
mortified by the
possible nuclear death.
Yeah.
We're doing good. You know, isn't that a radio show? Like the idea of just going forever until the lights go out?
Sure.
All right. Number 1 and 2 are really special. Number 1 comes from day 1. Is Chris joining us tonight?
I don't know.
Hi, how are you? Good. Yeah, it's okay. Nice to see you. Fun. Leslie's bringing magic.
I didn't want to just leave it outside because it's Mark's.
Oh, that's fair. Oh, that's nice.
I just
Oh,
don't have anywhere to put it, and I
wow.
don't want it to sit in a closet.
That's really nice. There are good pieces.
What's that?
There are good pieces for tonight. That is nice. Thank you so
What's
much,
going on
Leslie.
here?
Yay! That is so wonderful. This is Caitlin.
Nice to meet you.
It's Leslie.
Are you filming right now?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh well, hello everyone.
Leslie's
Do you wanna
dropping off
take a seat?
an
Are you gonna
amazing
stay with us
piece.
for a bit, or-
I probably shouldn't because we're not really technically allowed.
It's true.
And you're live.
Live.
Aren't you in our +1 bubble though?
For
Just
last week.
That was our Christmas bubble.
The times, they are changing.
They're gonna put me in a classroom with 45 kids next week.
They gave us one visit with people from the 23rd to the 28th. That's what it was. And it's past the 28th now.
Wow.
And you know me, I follow rules.
It's true. And we love you for it. Oh, that's
You
nice.
can sit by the front door and shout inside to us.
I have my dog in the car, and I have to go drop some other stuff off. But
I'm really glad you made it.
enjoy.
That's perfect.
Auction it, and hopefully it's this piece is a piece that Mark did in grad school
Oh,
in
cool.
2004.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Fun. Awesome. Okay,
Where
what-
did you get that one? Through
I bought
here?
it from Mark.
Oh, right off of
That's
them.
so
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I love it, but I just don't have anywhere for it.
Oh,
So.
that's really
I hope
nice.
it finds a good home.
It will.
Okay, we'll
It
see.
will.
It might be my home.
Yeah.
It's probably worthwhile to do that.
Thanks, Leslie.
See you.
Bye. Okay, so we got lots of beautiful pieces. Oh wow, sorry, I'm just writing what Chris wrote on the back. He has beautiful writing too.
His
Chris.
mom was a teacher.
Ah, that makes sense. So, this is by Chris Lightning, also known as Day One. I just need to see. Yeah, hi Marlo. There's Chris. Day One. Everything is awesome. All right.
Where's the,
So, number 1 by Day One. So we have, oh, it looks so good. It looks even better in real life. So, opening bid is, which is it,
which one is that?
$100 or
$100.
$100 opening bid, Chris
Yeah.
Lightning. So on the back, he has his contact information, and it says, "Thank you for loving this painting. You and I supported Rumble House." And then he put one love with a heart. So this is, Chris, we love you. Thank you so much for dropping these pieces off and for being part of our family. So opening bid, $100 for this beautiful piece by Day One. The layers are so
Is Chris with us on the feed?
Yeah, I saw him.
I just sent him a link.
Cool. So yeah, Chris, if you're with us, Rich just sent you a link there. I'll put up a picture of this too, so you can see, so people can look through our, on our event page, I'll be posting all of these photos and putting them Am I there? I am. So this is the painting that we made, the banner picture for our event when we heard that he was going to be selling it here tonight. So I'm going to take a picture so you can zoom in and see all of the beauty. All right.
Did you talk to Kelly about that painting and marks she dropped off?
She was just texting before that she wanted to drop off some pieces.
Okay, is she donating it, or what's the plan?
Yeah, she just said that she was hoping that it would help us out a little
Okay.
bit. So I'll double check. But
Is she planning, like, does she want half, or how's that work?
I will ask her.
The reason I ask is we might consider, should we donate it back to Mark or sell it?
Oh yeah. Okay.
I bet you he'd still let us sell it, but
Good call. No, I was wondering the same thing.
might be quite nice too. Don't act on that right away. I'll talk to him.
Yeah, for sure.
But maybe we don't sell it tonight
Okay.
until I have a chance to talk. Well, we can put it up tonight and see what
No,
happens.
honestly, my love, there's no rush. We have lots of beautiful pieces.
Okay.
Whatever you feel good about.
But also, if you could check with her whether she's donating it or
Yes.
because those conversations are super important before we sell bees.
Yes. All right, number 2 comes to us from Day One as well. I saw him post this one recently. Rich, do you wanna, or do you have your mask?
Okay.
Okay. So number 2 is by Day One by Chris Lightning. All right. So opening bid $100 for this piece as well. So Chris was on our lives. Oh, there's Chris. Clicky, clicky.
Careful, it's wet. The blue and the red.
Nice. Do you want to click Chris?
I can.
How are you doing?
Good.
Good. Did you want to say anything about your pieces? Oh, this sounds kind of bad. Sorry. Oh, Rich, could you type in the comments?
Okay, is that better?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Infinitely better. Was it better than it went away?
I don't know if I can hear you.
He's there. So you are number 1 and number 2.
Yeah, I am. That's too scary.
Are there any stories that go with these?
That one you're holding?
Yeah.
I paint a lot for the youth to get involved in. Well, I'm a big fan of hip hop, and I'm a big fan of my history. So what I like to do is I like to put the two together in hopes that the youth will get interested in it. And this is a little b-boy dressed in traditional gear. And you can see he's standing next to a huge ghetto blaster.
It's really beautiful. I love the detail and just the amount of love that goes into your pieces, Chris. You can tell
Oh,
you
thank you.
everything that you put in here. Yeah. Beautiful. All right. So, opening bid $100 on number 2. We're just going to put up the photos. I saw someone was asking about bidding. So Jane, we are showing all the pieces right now, and I'm taking photos and putting them up on the discussion page on the event page that we have for Rumble 398. Then you can look through all of the pieces that will be in the auction. All of them will have a number, and the starting bid. And then at 9 o'clock, we're going to start the live auction. So you have 2 hours to peruse and look at the artwork.
2 hours to peruse with
the Tayroos.
the Tayroos. And the day 1s and the day 2s.
And then, I think Chris got cut off. So 9 o'clock the live auction will start. You can text 403-6297-424 with, do you want to put that up now or later?
The phone number?
Yeah.
Yep.
So we will start bidding at 9 o'clock, but if you see something you love, you can start bidding anytime. So
Unless it's
403
against me.
403-6297-424 is the phone number, so you can text that number with the bid you'd like to bid, and say your name, the number of the piece, and your bid, and then I'll be in contact with you too. So wonderful. So this is number 2 by day 1.
I was reading the chat. I'm Mac Creation.
You're what?
No, I was reading the chat. And I pressed the button. I was trying to chat back, but not realizing that I can chat back right here.
Oh yeah, right. I always forget. I just told Rich to type back an answer, and I realized after that I was actually on the video camera. This is learning for me.
I was just going to say just how effortlessly this is starting to come for you. Like you really... Why are you laughing?
Because I was just like laughing at how
Kind of wrecks my compliment.
You're very sweet.
No, I was like actually impressed with how... I don't want this to sound wrong, but how far you've come since we started doing this.
I just learned how to share the video.
You did tonight, I noticed.
You clicked like on it.
Well, I meant to.
Oh, good times. It's amazing we're here at all. So Chris, what kind of materials? I was seeing like, would you say like acrylic and aerosol or?
Yeah.
For the number one.
Yeah.
It's acrylic and aerosol.
Cool. Wonderful.
And I painted that last week while we were chatting.
Oh,
Yeah, I
wonderful.
started actually.
That's so cool.
So I thought it would be cool. The last painting I did will be the first one I sell at the first year.
That's awesome. I love that. We are honored.
And I love Rumble House, by the way. Thank you guys for being here.
Oh,
We love you too.
we love you. Yeah, I love the misty, just the, like, this is pure magic. This one.
Thank you.
So beautiful. All right. So number 2 by day 1 is acrylic and aerosol on canvas. Opening bid $100. All right. That was really scary.
Are you painting tonight, Chris?
I could.
It's good for the soul.
It is, right?
All right.
I think I'm just gonna do a rollover campaign.
Ruby, did you just say what if you don't have a soul?
Yes.
There's no point in whispering when you're near the mic.
No, that's wonderful.
Do you feel like you don't have a soul? I got a lot of soul.
I got so much soul.
I think it's all I got going for me.
Number 3 comes to us from David Belcourt.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
this-
That's cool.
Right? He said, this is an experiment piece just for fun, probably my last painting for 2020. So this was painted December 30th, 2020 by David. So,
Interesting.
got opening bid $50. For number 3.
What time is it?
7:24.
So, what's your biggest? Are you teaching online?
Yes.
What's your biggest challenge for teaching online?
Holding my microphone up to my mouth when
That's
I
my
have a
bad.
set of headphones, and my students occasionally are trying to do ASMR.
My biggest challenge is I have classes that sort of oscillate between like junior high kids that don't want to be there for art classes and high school kids that really want to be there for art. And my art kids won't tell me if I go over by 20 minutes. So we'll just be sitting there drawing. And one by one I'll notice them disappearing. I'm like, oh, I guess class is going to end soon. And I'm like, I guess I'm half an hour late for something else.
No. Mine is actually my kid's just not handing in assignments.
How's that different?
They're not in person, so I can't harass them as much as I normally would, because I would go and find them in their classrooms and be like, what is wrong with you? But I can't do that now. So, although overall, they're pretty good.
They're at a safe distance now.
Yeah, they're safe distance from my abuse.
Number 4
That's cool.
comes to us from Dusty Night Lights. Nice soft lights.
Yeah, I was
Is the painting called Nightlights?
Yeah.
Because I
Opening
was really
bid.
hoping it was an artist named Dusty Nightlights.
I think you said that last time we put this up.
That's kind of like just how you said it. I thought their name was Dusty Night Lights at first.
Well, it is now.
And also,
Dusty, do you
it should
like
be an
that?
album like Bob Dylan, Dusty Nightlights.
Awesome.
I thought it kind of looked like there's a I don't know, the dream sequence sometimes in movies where it just kind of gets all hazily
Yeah,
and then it has like
totally.
the cool light features because of the camera filters they use.
I agree.
Or a lava lamp. Also made me think of a lava lamp.
Nice.
Dusty Nightlights. Dusty Nightlight. Dusty, dusty nightlight. Dusty Nightlight.
It's like a Sinatra song. Swear to God.
Yeah. He's channeling.
Can we trade names? Dusty Nightlight.
So good. All right. We have another lovely alcohol ink piece. So I think that was. Thank you, Amanda. Oh, and Dusty's here with us.
Oh, sweet. Hi, Dusty.
How do you feel about your name?
Aw, Dusty, we named you honorary Dusty Night Lights, and Rich is singing you a song. And thank you, Amanda, for sharing the event page so people can look at the pictures. Everyone is on a team, and we are winning. Oh, and Ryan's. Oh, Ryan, thank you. Everyone's helping. Someone asked about the bidding, and then Ryan answered the question while I was like, not. Thank you. All right, so this is by Marty, another new friend to the gallery. Alcohol ink on Yupo paper. Am I correct in saying this? Yes. So we got this beautiful landscape. Opening bid $25. And yeah, cute picture. So that's number 5.
We watched Almost Famous last night.
How was that?
I love that show.
I know. It holds up really well. 2000, 20 years old, believe it or not. You know what's crazy? Here's something crazy. Like when I was in high school, I remember looking at my teachers and thinking, those ancient monsters could have gone to like Woodstock if they wanted. And the idea of them being alive, my teachers being alive in the 1960s, was mind-blowing. Whereas Almost Famous is set in the 70s, right? And so here's the funny thing. It's getting to the point where if Almost Famous was made 25 years after it was set, so if it was set in the 70s and made in 2000, we're almost as far ahead of the movie than the movie was of the setting. Isn't that wild? Movie was made 25 years ago. It was set 50 years ago. That's mind-blowing. like when the Pixies became classic rock.
I love the Pixies too, man.
Yeah.
I miss listening to music during rumbles.
Who is?
I miss listening to music during rumbles.
Yeah.
Like throwing on Surfer Rosa while everyone was painting. It's like,
Especially if like the mood was kind of low.
yeah.
All of a sudden it was not low. It went from low to manic really fast. I guess that would be the power of being a DJ too, right? Like just watching
Totally.
everybody's heartbeat change before your eyes.
Number 7 is some Fluid Distractions by Jessica Smith, another new friend.
Do you remember what the other themes were tonight?
There's a lot of magic. So the first one was Mother Agra.
Yeah.
The second one was from the Universal Myths, and it was about this screeching bird phoenix god coming down and biting someone's thigh, and then
But-
she had a baby that was the first shaman, the connection between earth and heaven.
Yeah.
And then the third one was
Ginsberg.
Ginsberg. Thank you. Someone's paying
What was
attention.
Ginsberg's again?
Sunflower.
Did you read Howl for the
No,
the
it
kids
was
tonight?
it was him and Kerouac sitting on the side of the oily water, and he was talking about a dusty sunflower. Dusty.
My first year at the school I'm at, I wasn't used to kids that would take book recommendations. I was used to kids that would not listen to you when you talked about book recommendations. And this kid in my class was talking about something that related to the opening lines of Howl. And so I told her about it. I was like, oh, you should, like, Ginsberg wrote this thing about, like, Howl, and I was explaining to her how the opening lines related to what she was talking about. And then 2 days later, she didn't come to school for 2 days because she was so engrossed with the book. She comes in almost done. It's short. She's like, my mom took me to the store and bought me Allen Ginsberg, just like you told me. I'm like, what? Did your mom read Howl?
No.
First mistake, talk to the child.
Well, okay. Let me just say that the parents were thrilled that I turned her onto Ginsberg, so it wasn't like as bad as it sounds, but
I'm just like,
it could have been.
everyone online, I do love
You're a beatnik, Rich.
I am totally a beatnik. Jess and I were living on Venice Beach in a van giving paintings away for good deeds.
By the river.
And we're living in this commune with a bunch of hippies. and I looked at the hippies and I thought, geez, what do you think it'd be like to be a hippie? You're like rich, you live on the beach.
We haven't
in a
showered in
van,
days.
In a van down by the
And you're
river.
trading good paintings for good deeds. What do you think it's like to be a hippie?
How does it feel?
I'm like, but I got short hair.
I can do that.
All right.
Okay, I gotta let mine dry a little bit.
Oh, whoa. Cool.
We got 15 people with us, but if those 15 people shared us 15 times, we'd have 11 million people with us.
Right? That's
I
good
don't
math.
think that's how it works.
No, well, 15 times 15 times 15 times 15 times 15.
Exponential growth.
Exponential. But don't let that pressure into clicking that share button.
Number 8 comes to us from Amber Callback.
At the end of the night when I have time, I go through and I click love on all the share buttons. But last week somebody called me out and they're like, "Are you checking up on me?" I'm like, "Yeah." I will be checking to see if you shared us later. What does that say?
Oh, Viviana. No worries, Viviana. Oh, right. Opening bid $5 for this cute, happy, oceanic turtle acrylic pour.
Jess, we should, now that we're married, we should play a game for the rest of our lives where I put a pencil sharpener down and you put it somewhere I can't find it. And then when we're in public and I can't find my pencil sharpener, I'll pantomime my rage and the people in the audience will think it's hilarious. Like, ha ha, that silly guy. Why is he always freaking out about pencil sharpeners? What should we call this game? My life or my wife? That's the name of the game. My life or my wife? One of these things I need to give up to survive. Guess what I found? Pencil sharpener, right where I left it.
You
I'm
are.
currently wrong. I have no problem with being wrong.
I'm doing my own thing. I don't even know.
I don't mind the groveling a little when I'm wrong.
I
When I'm-
recently saw on TikTok that someone was like, "You're being dramatic," and the answer was, "I am the drama." That's what that reminded me of.
That's pretty good.
I used to work at this cafe called Jambo Java, and I was never good at it. I was fired 5 times, but the building was sold 5 times. So every time a new owner bought Jambo Java, I would roll in and pretend I was the quickest learner ever. And for some reason, the staff never ratted me out. Same with teaching. I always pretend I'm a new teacher. You know, and then they give me my 15-year award. I'm like, don't tell people I've been teaching for 15 years. I want them to think I've been teaching for like 3 years.
Like, he's doing really good for a new teacher.
Yeah, with a head injury. So anyways, the point of my story is, I was working at Jambo Java for the 5th time, and the new owners came in, and for some reason they didn't like me, and decided they were going to fire me. And luckily, like I missed a few shifts, and by the time I got back, everybody had kind of fixed it for me. So they're like, "Hey, buddy, like, you know, they were going to fire you because you missed these shifts." And I was like, "Oh, fire me from Jambo Java? I am Jambo Java," because I worked there for all 5 owners. And actually, to this day, I still have these nightmares where I was scheduled to work at Jambo Java and I've missed the last 30 shifts, and they show up and they still have me on the schedule, but I've missed so many shifts, I'm sure I'm fired anyways. And do you ever have that dream where you're like still missing shifts at co-op, but they haven't quite let you go? Like,
Yeah.
what? I still work here?
Yeah, I do. I actually, during the break, I had a nightmare about being at co-op. But like working there, and when I woke up, I started to get ready to go to work at co-op, but then was panicking because I couldn't find the right work pants. And the
Polyester
manager
black
would
pants?
send me home, and I only own black pants, but I couldn't find the right ones because if I didn't find the right ones, and I started to get ready to go to work during the break, and I haven't worked at Co-op for 6 years, and like I still struggle. Like I can't go into the Co-op in downtown. I can't, and I have really good friends that work there, but we
Dawn.
have to meet outside. Dawn.
She might be online.
I remember the first time I was in co-op and the bell rang, and it was the same bell that was in my school. And I was like,
The school bell. So when the school bell goes off, I have flashbacks.
why?
Why is the delivery door ringing? That's like, and like you hear it at co-op and you're like, why is this happening? Why is there a class
Why is
change
this
right now?
happening to
And
me?
I hear it at school and I'm like, why is the delivery door going off?
Gosh, like the things that we don't even know affect us. So this one's called Crazy Days by Haley. I figure that's a pretty safe, that's a pretty apt one for recently. Those beautiful shapes and colors. Crazy Days. Opening bid $15.
I should go home. I'm sleepy.
Alright. Here we go. And
How do you choose which ones are getting which number?
well, sometimes, like, 1 and day 1 is, like, nice together.
Kind of how she plays Tetris.
I like it.
These shapes really feel good together. I don't win, but yeah, it's true actually. And then sometimes, like, I know
I gotta ask Chris, what is that beeping? And I'm not complaining. I'm just curious. Like, what? Tell me the story of that beeping. Is it like a battery warning or?
It's a text message.
Oh, they're text messages.
No, it might be.
Just say it's your cool button. It rings when you're cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is.
that's awesome.
Smart.
So this is number 11 by Alice. This cute little coat rack. Isn't that cute? Alice. Very fauvist color scheme. Number 11.
Reminds me of the polka dot door. I'm not sure why.
Imagine,
Pokeroo.
you can imagine Pokeroo flying around. I see you, Caitlin, and I see you, Ruby, and I see you, Jesse.
My sister used to cry when people would sing the polka dot door song 'cause she hated Pokeroo. She was terrified of it.
Pokeroo, Pokeroo. Here's something weird about the polka dot door. You remember they had Humpty and Dumpty?
Yeah.
Well, that's how I remember Humpty and Dumpty. Like everything I know about Humpty and Dumpty comes from the polka dot door. And one of my kids at school had pointed out to me that the funny thing about Humpty Dumpty is there's no reference to Humpty Dumpty being an egg in any of the nursery rhymes. We think Humpty Dumpty is an egg because of the illustrations in the books of the nursery rhymes. But an even weirder than that was, it occurred to me, I don't think I've ever seen Humpty Dumpty in a book. The only time I've ever seen Humpty Dumpty was on Polka Dot Door. So I'm willing to believe that people have seen Humpty Dumpty drawn as an egg all over the place in nursery rhymes and so forth. But the only reference I really have to why Humpty Dumpty, and in the show, Humpty and Dumpty were kind of like Ernie and Bert, right? They were like two different guys. one was wearing like cords and the other one was wearing like.
Yeah.
Did those things talk?
I don't know.
The teddy bears in Polka Dot Door?
I don't remember.
Or did they just move them around and talk to them?
All right.
I don't
Hey,
know.
you're the one that brought up Polka Dot Door.
Number
okay?
12 is by Georgia
I
Jacks.
don't remember.
It's called The Forest Primeval.
That's what Caitlin was talking about.
Acrylic on canvas, opening bid $30. Look
What
at
if
those
you have no
eyes.
soul like myself? 'Cause I'm evil.
I don't
So
think.
evil. What?
I don't think Humpty and Dumpty talked.
No, I think they had like stuffies and they would move them around
Yeah.
and sort of talk about them and to them. Oh, did they do like kind of pretending like they were listening stories? Like,
Yeah.
what's that, Humpty? What's that? You think I'm the best artist in the world? Thank you.
And I just like I don't remember Humpty and Dumpty as much as I do remember the girl and the bear and the teddy bear.
What girl?
What?
I think the real people they switched out quite a bit. Like you
No.
wouldn't have had the same real people.
No, there was a girl doll.
Oh, Raggedy Ann.
Was that wasn't Raggedy Ann? Was
How'd they
it
get
really?
away with copyright? Doesn't somebody own Raggedy Ann? Probably Disney. Yeah, I think you should look it up though. You're in a position to tell us.
Number 13 comes to you from my sister, Erin. This is called Curly Cloud. It is a number 1 of 3 print. Looks like is it a silk screen? It looks like it. What a nice little silk screen.
That's it. Could be. Could that be a lithograph print?
Erin. She's a baker, so she's probably in sleep mode. Sorry.
Oh, that's super funny.
I really like the orangey yellow. It's there, more orangey than yellow there. Number 13. Opening bid, $15.
Marigold.
Marigold, that's the color.
It was also the character of like the doll character was also Marigold on the polka dot door. Humpty Dumpty, Marigold, and Bear.
How many years did that show run?
From 1971 to 1993.
That is crazy. Do you know why that's crazy?
Because that's a really long time.
Well, and it's also like, here's the
23
thing,
years.
and like, I've never said this out loud before.
The polka
This is an
dot
awful thing
door,
to say,
the polka
but I'm
dot
going to say it.
door.
You ready?
Yep.
Okay, so there really isn't any reason to have 30 years of
The polka dot door.
children's programming on TV because those kids, they watch the Polka Dot Door for like 3 years, right? And so you really could have shot 3 years of the Polka Dot Door and then gone into reruns and had a brand new group of kids watching it. But like,
And you knew the cat. I forgot about the French cat.
but you know what I mean? There's absolutely no reason to have that much of the same show. And I don't say things like that because I love Mr. Dress Up and I
And
love
Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers so
It's
much.
like,
But really, they didn't need to be on TV that long. They could have just rotated into like.
but generation. Well, I don't know about the polka dot door. But generations of children needed Mr. Rogers and Mr. Jessup.
That's true, but not as much as they could have really. All right, I don't actually believe this. I'm just saying, like,
I don't like your devil's advocate stuff.
no, it's not devil's advocate. It's,
I don't like it.
Take it and go.
it's more like in terms of business. The business side of me, which actually is almost non-existent in my life. So.
I was like, what's... Okay. Number 14 comes to us from Viviana. Hot air balloons.
Oh, that's so cool.
Isn't that nice? The sparkly night sky. The glow of the fire.
I bought a tube of teal, and I've been going crazy with it.
I love teal. Rich has that tube too. He
I
has
thought you were talking about a tuba for a second.
a tuba.
You bought a tuba, a teal,
Yeah.
a teal tuba. It's gonna get the red tuba, but I got the teal tuba.
When I'm having a really bad day, I put on tube tracks. Walk around and this sad
Sad tuba.
What I do with my teal, especially like the expensive one, is I kind of put it aside, and I hit the final project with it. Meaning, like, I never really pull it out until I've given it all I have. And nothing left, then I'm like, okay, now I'm bringing out the teal.
So after the big guns.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
I agree and love that piece.
Do you, Chris, do you believe in witches?
I guess.
I'm going to tell you a story about witches. Okay,
Do they believe in me though?
Do you believe in witches?
Absolutely.
So I used to live in this house, and I moved out of it because of some strange occurrences that, like, if you're watching the movies, and like Poltergeist, when the table goes flying across the table, and you're like, that's crap. If that was real life, they'd have moved out of there. But in real life, you're like, dude, I got a lease. I can't get out of my lease. And so I lived in this house and eventually broke the lease, even though I don't believe in witches because something really weird happened. Anyhow, that said, my daughter, living in the same place, had the exact same experience with the exact same witch. And she didn't talk to me about it for a long time, so it wasn't like she was, interested in my story about the witch and embellished on it. It was like she and I lived in the same place, and I was kind of keeping it to myself that I thought maybe I was having a nervous breakdown, and later on I found out she was also perhaps visualizing a witch, or whatever you do where it actually happens, I don't know. But anyways, there's this witch that seems to have been sort of in my life for a while. And when I go to the place where I knew her, I always hold my breath, worried that she can find her way into me. And my daughter texted me last week to say the witch was in her bathroom, which is where she sees the witch, in France. And I was like trying so hard to process this, like, all right, well, if the two of us have matching psychological problems, that's not a good sign while you're in Paris by yourself. And on the other hand, if there really is a witch, also not a good sign when you're in Paris by yourself. And so, regardless of what I believe, whether I'm having a nervous breakdown or she and I are having matching nervous breakdowns, this witch kind of reappeared in my life. And then, while I'm dealing with this, trying to decide whether I'm going to tell Jess about this, because I don't want her to think I'm crazy, Galen calls me up and says, hey, do you believe in witches? And I'm like, I'm having a scary day today. And my whole week has been like that over and over and over again.
Chris has
right-
to let back in again.
Right now, I'm painting a witch.
And a back.
I digress.
I was listening.
No, well, that's my story. Is I'm just, while I'm painting this witch, I'm also trying really hard not to manifest her.
But she's a good witch.
I know, she might be.
The only time she did bad was when she thought the Skeksis were doing okay, but they weren't. They were lying to her, and then she went off into the astral plane and then left them to do their thing, and then when she came back, she was like, no, you broke everything, and then she had to fix everything. So she's not bad. She was neglectful, maybe, because she had to do, like, space travel. Like, sometimes you just gotta do that.
Sometimes you just gotta travel in space.
This, number 15 is...
I don't know what to tell you.
It's actually
Right?
twice this week I've had to do this.
to travel.
My son took one of my boxes, and when I wasn't looking, he merely painted, what's it called?
Teleportation
The
box.
teleportation box on the side. No big deal. Until you fall into it, and it turns out you need a password to get back to the 21st century. So I'm trying to get him on the phone so I can get the password to come back to the 21st century, because I fell into his damn teleportation box.
Yeah.
And then I get him on the phone. He doesn't even know what I'm talking about. I'm like, Felix, what's the password to the teleportation box? Actually, that's not true, because I phoned him up. I'm like, Felix, what's the password to the teleportation box? I've fallen in it. He's like, just a second. And he comes back. It's like A5376.
It's like...
I'm like, thanks. On my way back to Earth. And then today I phoned him up and I was like, hey, listen, Richie the ape got trapped in the teleportation device and he doesn't have fingers to punch the password in. Can you enable his voice text, speech to voice text? And so I had him read onto the teleportation device to accept Richie's voice, and Richie put the password in and was able to return to us. I wonder if I'm going to have to spend a lot of money on counseling when he's older.
Well, everything will be fine. Number 15 is by Stephen Strain, Oil on Canvas. A snowy, snowy scene.
Starry, starry night.
Opening bid, $50. The paint is wet. Wet oil paint.
It's very nice.
It is really, like, it's very quiet, you know, when everything's snowy and, like, padded.
It makes my feet cold.
This back up here so it doesn't get...
Now, when people like to buy those paintings of, like, the snowy field, are they more inclined to buy them in the summertime or the wintertime? In the wintertime, are you wanting to remember that nice snowy field? Or in the summertime, are you drawn to the snowy field?
I don't like snow every time. I just like the painting.
It's a beautiful painting. Maybe you would have it in your hot tub room. You know, like when you're in the sauna, and you come out of the sauna in your basement.
When I'm wealthy and I have enough money to have a basement.
And a
And a
sauna.
sauna.
That's good. That's rich.
Listen, there's only one requirement for my future house. Well, there's a few requirements, but the
Let me
important
tell you
one
what I
is
think
it
you should
has to
have
have
in
a
your future
backyard.
house.
It has to have a backyard
I think you should have
for my dog.
a
Whee!
library,
I was on the library. I was like a secret library.
and I think it should
With
have
ladders. that
your
move.
library should have a rolling ladder,
Yeah, of course.
and I also think also a study, and the study should have one of those desks with the
Why can't my study and the library be the same room?
yeah, but what I'm saying is your study should have one of those desks and those chairs with what do you call those chairs, and they kind of have studs in them, and they got like leather.
Leather.
What are those called?
Like studded leather.
No, they're called. Oh, they have an actual name. Club chairs.
And yeah, and you should also have a fireplace for sure, and a brick wall with a fireplace.
Much
And,
like we have here at Rumble House. Look at
and-
that. Brick and a fireplace. Doesn't matter if it's real or not.
But there should be something on my fireplace that I can go, and it opens,
Door open.
and then there's
yeah.
a secret room.
Totally.
Right?
My friend Matthew's
This is number
father,
16 by Rich Teru.
who's also John Wart Hannum's father, because Matthew Wart is my friend, and his older brother is a famous musician. But his father had just randomly decided one day, I think he came from York, and he was a shipbuilder, and he came to Canada and made like cupboards and things for 30 or 40 years. And one day he randomly decided he was sick of that, quit his job, and opened up a business where he was building secret Scooby-Doo hideaways. Where you pull
I
the
like that.
yeah,
I like that a lot.
it's a success story for sure.
Is this one blacklight reactive?
That one, is it ever? Here's what happened is, I'm not even like really that into blacklight. Somebody bought me some blacklight paints, or maybe I bought them for Felix and didn't take to them. That's what happened.
Yeah, he's like, I have lots of paints.
And then, so I started using the blacklight paints just because they're fun. And then I starting to get to the end of the paints, and what happens to me when I get to the end of the paints, it's a little bit like binge watching TV. I might love the paints and want them in my life, but I want to know when they're going to end. So as I get close to the end of the tube, I get obsessive about like squeezing them off and getting rid of them. Is that weird?
No, I get that.
I both It's like I start to hate them as the tube starts to empty. You can do that also with markers, you know? That marker just has that moment where it's like about to become the greatest marker ever right before it dies.
Oh. Oh. Number 17 comes to us from Rich Teru. Look at those bums. Look at those cute bums. Okay. Trying to get it on the screen.
Again, you know what? I was using up the gold paint. This week was like expunging of materials. Using up my gold paint and my deco.
This is that marker.
You love it?
This is the word.
And it doesn't have much left. But there's that perfect moment in a marker right before it dies, right?
I'm about halfway.
Aye. Do you have a backup?
Yeah, that's it.
I think, like, because I'm a late night painter too, I feel like when you run out of a supply in the middle of the night, it's really devastating.
It's true.
I love that painting.
Which one? The
Three Graces.
the bums?
Yeah. So it says
Thank you.
Three Graces, and I love it's on fabric, so you can see the blue floral is in the background. And I really love how you don't use it as like a gimmick, Rich. Like his, you could keep it a lot.
There was a
open.
point there where I really, it was nice and it looked cool because of the flowers.
Yeah.
And then I gotta go in and.
I honestly just thought that when I first saw it that there was just a lot of tattooed, that he just painted a lot of tattoos.
Yeah, that's what my mom thought.
And I was
too.
like, oh, fabric.
Yeah.
Well, there has been times when I wasn't clear. Actually, there hasn't been times, but I've been anticipating the time when I wasn't clear enough about not painting it all. That it came from a fabric that existed in the world before me. So, in a way, I try not to borrow from the fabric designer so much as to battle with the fabric designer. But it's interesting because I do have this anxiety during the auctions of just saying, you know, this is painted on fabric. Because I would hate somebody to buy it because they love the detail. Like, I love that you put so much time into the detail. Like, I bought that fabric. But it's actually, it would probably be easier to do if I just painted in the detail rather than trying to look through the fabric. That's what I like about it, is it's really difficult looking through the fabric.
So number 17 is by Rich Teru, acrylic on painted fabric. Three Graces. I love the gold on gold too, like you were saying, like the different tones. About 3.5 feet by 5 feet.
I need to go home. I'm going to go home.
It was nice seeing you. Oh my gosh, there's so many good paintings. I keep forgetting these things back here. Okay. Number.
I'm gonna have to get up really early to get my school stuff.
Well, I have to get the classes ready tonight, so
Yeah.
I thought tonight we could get some of our
Yeah.
stuff together.
And some traps. Those vile paint-eating mice.
Oh my.
These little babies.
Sorry.
No, that's how I feel until they eat my paint, and then I'm like, they all die.
Number 18 comes to us from Larry.
There's
Oh.
2 times when I really lost it. One, we
Sorry,
ordered a pizza and we kind of forgot about it.
No.
And then the mice went inside the pizza box and lived inside the pizza box and filled it with poop, ate all the pizza, and then filled the pizza box with poop.
Well, at least they just didn't poop on the pizza and just leave
No,
it.
they ate all the pizza and left the pizza as poop, is what they did. That's how much poop was in the box is the equivalent of what pizza was left over. And I don't know why that set me off, but I was like, all those mice will die. And I went on this like mouse trap. It's not like me walking around with a spatula or anything. And,
Yeah.
and then we cleared all the mice out, and then a couple times the mice came back, and I was like, well, you know, God's green earth, maybe I'll let the mice cohabitate. But then they started eating my paint again. I started feeling really wild about it, like, I'm gonna lose my mind. And then it occurred to me, and this is where I was like torn, because probably shouldn't tell this story. There was this one kind of baby mouse
Don't.
that backed into the trap rather than getting cracked and immediately put out of its trouble. And it was super cute and kind of heartbreaking. I moved the mouse to the garbage, and Jess is like, "Are you all right?" And I'm like, "No." And so that was really traumatic. But then I realized they're eating my paint, because sometimes when they get cracked by the mouse trap, it like literally knocks the poop out of them. And so you got this mouse that eats your cheese, and then it gets snapped in the trap, and it gets snapped, and it dies instantly, and the poop comes out, and it's green poop because they've been eating my green paint. And then it's all suddenly like, I'm not a nice guy anymore. I'm like, I'm glad that mouse is dead. Paint-eating mouse. Horrific beast. I probably just lost us a few viewers. I'm noticing there's 23 people on right now, and I thought there was supposed to be 15, so...
Number 20 is by Aaron
perhaps
Blacker.
I'm about to lose some viewers? I don't know, but
This
that was me and the mice.
is... This is by Aaron Blacker. This is an acrylic piece painted with palette knife, starting at $40. This is called Treble Clef. Really beautiful. So this is what you're talking about. Maybe you want a nice summer scene in the winter.
Yeah, do you think that's the case? Do you tend to crave like winter scenes in the summer and summer scenes in the winter?
I'm not sure. Shauna had really nice like wintry landscapes by her front door, and I was like, those are really nice now because it's like winter, but would it feel out of place in the summer?
That's what I was
thought.
just wondering,
Yeah.
when do you crave such things?
Yeah. Like, I think it's like when it's in season, it makes sense.
Yeah. Also, so do you how can I word this? Because I don't want to be disrespectful, because I love the landscapes, but I don't crave them for my home.
Yeah.
And that's just like everybody has their personal difference. But I think because like I always want to be out of my home, right? Like I wake up and I want to leave. So I can see like, because you being my wife and dragged out of your home all the time,
Yeah.
probably like the idea of being at home. So when you're at home, do you like the landscapes? Like, oh, that's what it's like outside, but I never go there. Is that kind of the appeal, or?
I think it would be different for everyone. Because I tend to like... Oh, I don't know. That's really hard. That's an interesting question.
We don't have any landscapes. Is that because of me?
I have landscapes in my house because of both of you.
Which ones did you see, and which ones appealed to you? Which ones did you buy?
I have one of Rad's.
Nice.
Is it summer or winter?
Summer.
Mm-hmm.
It's prairie one. I couldn't, no, it's like prairie mountain one, and I couldn't resist because of
Yeah. Well, actually,
like home.
Stevens last week with the
But the
fall
trees?
yellow
Prairie
trees.
Mountain.
I was like, that's going to be the landscape that I buy, because that's really.
That was the birch trees, right?
Yeah, like a sunset
Stevens
in the
Beach
fall.
Birch trees.
And I was like, I'm buying that because I need to live. And then the bidding started out really way harder than I could manage, and I was a little bit,
Perturbed.
No, not at all, because we need the money to stay open. But it is difficult when it's like, it's not always about like, what art do I want, so much as like, will we be here next month? And actually, we're doing pretty well right now, so I shouldn't complain. But I did really want that piece.
It was a nice one. I did look at it last week. Right? And we are talking about the birch trees.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know
Like
anything about
the white trees, right? White trees?
No, these were like, it looked like probably Edwardley Park in the fall, right before sunset.
Maybe I didn't look at last week.
Oh yeah, last week. So this is number 21 by Theo. Mountains and Clouds, number 47,
How much time is
2002.
left?
It is 8:07.
Oh, I'm doing okay. We have 22 people with us, and I'm really relieved about that.
That's
because,
really lovely.
Because that's kind of what we need to be an event. Because when there's only 15 people, it doesn't really work. And I know it's going to happen at some point, that we're just going to end up sort of like, that was fun while it lasted, and then we'll reach that point where it's like, we have to reinvent ourselves again. But there needs to be a group of people for it to work.
And we are so appreciative of you.
There's something I was gonna say. I don't know if I have any other landscapes. I have I bought one of the blown up photos early on.
Oh, cool. Andrew Miller.
Yeah. And I really like, and it looks, I think what I'm thinking it is that it's a picture of the river, because it looks like river rock.
I think so. I know
And then
that.
it's a piece of ice, right?
I
And I
think
think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I really like it. And I have to remind you though that none of my art is up because I have no idea where to put any of it. And
Oh.
I also do not have, I only have like 3 things for hanging.
We'll come by
now.
and hang for you.
After COVID,
Yeah.
we will.
Well, aren't they going to,
Yeah, this week.
they'll have to lighten the restrictions or else they can't send us back to school.
Yeah, this January, like
You can't at the same time only be able to see one
No,
person at a time.
they
be in
can.
a classroom with,
they can do whatever they want. Talking about beautiful
no, but
landscapes.
listen, I'm not being
Number
sneaky.
20.
What I'm saying is
Number 22.
Okay, I won't talk.
No, you.
What I'm saying is that people.
Oh, Ryan was asking, how did I get myself on the big screen?
Invite.
We're sending you an invite, Ryan.
I'm gonna put the invite in the chat.
Number 22 is by Melissa.
Ryan, see if you can make this work.
And you can talk, Rich. I just wanted to
No,
show
it's
that
okay.
one.
I was just saying, like, for me, it's not about following rules or not following rules. It's a matter of, like, I always think of things still in advertising because I used to be in advertising. So
Me too.
when I hear of something, like, don't get on an airplane, all I'm really thinking of is, how do you pitch that to people? And when things fall apart, it's because it wasn't pitched well. And so, I'm just saying, like, the problem with trying to get people to stay at home is they don't hear you if you're not at home. They don't, when you're trying to get people to not visit at Christmas, but then you put you back in the classroom with, like it was really hard for me to process that we weren't allowed to talk to people when we were in a classroom with 45 kids. Now, I knew the rules and I followed the rules, but it's just, like, hard for me to process, like, because some people talk about, that doesn't make any sense. Like, one day, Felix had a meltdown because he was asking Shauna, is my dad at home
Where's
right
Dad?
now?
Yeah.
And Shauna's like, no, your dad's working at school. And Felix is like, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any
Like
sense.
an 8-year-old gets
Yeah,
it.
and he's like, he was really crushed that they'd like, why would they put my dad in danger? I don't think I'm in danger, but I think that you can't sell a person an idea unless you're consistent with that idea. And when they get frustrated that people aren't sold on the idea, and at the same time they're contradicting the idea, it's like, well, how can you pass that idea on to people if you're not
Prescribing to it. Okay. No, I agree.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it probably sounds contrary to my lack of shock that people went on holidays, but it's
No. It all makes sense. Can I say this?
Yes.
Okay. Number 22 is by Heather Trotter, Oil on Canvas. Just breathe. I really love, do you see the bear? It's just this wisp of a bear. Just like breathe. Sitting by the
Did
water.
Ryan come on? Okay, then I gotta send Ryan. Here we go.
I
Opening bid $20.
will show you what I did to my hair before.
I saw a new bun was purple.
How did you get that done? During COVID.
I did my own hair.
That's
I
good.
bought purple hair dye.
Nice.
That is awesome.
I miss dyeing my hair wild colors, but now that it's gray, it's like if I dye my hair, it's like I'm covering something up rather than.
This
Being
covered up my
punk rock.
grays real good until I washed my hair.
Is it RH? Why?
No. RYAN. I don't know what he is in. Yeah.
I bought Overtone. And I did it myself.
That's really cute.
And it took me forever. And sometimes my scalp is still purple.
Does it burn?
Hmm?
Did it burn?
No, not at all, because I didn't bleach it. It's a
okay.
plus I already had blonde hair in it, but yeah, it's super purple.
It's really nice. I saw it in your bun.
Or someone was like, do you have like purple hair extensions in? And then why do you have hair extensions? Why is your hair in a ponytail? I was like, no, it's my hair. Okay, goodbye, my friends.
Goodbye. Take
Thank
care.
you for helping tonight.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. Matthias, how are you doing? Matthias is painting with us. So this is one of Matthias's pieces. Nice bright.
Did you talk to him?
Oh yeah. Did you want to talk about your piece or say anything? I just didn't get a chance to talk to you yet.
Yeah, I think working away. Yeah, this is like a piece that busted out like before, kind of like I don't know. I'm like really looking over, you know. And I just did it like now and on.
It would have been really bad if I had forgotten this.
Cool. Sorry, Matthias, I'm also being distracted because Ryan came on and he's showing us a really cool little painting. Sorry, I'm very easily distracted. Cool. Okay, so number 25 is by...
Let's do Ryan's mic.
Yeah, totally. Sorry. Ryan, did you want to talk about your piece?
It's in progress. I started it last week. It's working on green highlighting with the white. Yeah.
It's really beautiful.
Thank you. I'll take 5 hours on it.
Oh.
Ryan, do you have some headphones?
Yeah.
If you throw some headphones on, I think we hear you better. Did I lose Ryan?
I think he's getting his headphones.
Okay. How much time do we have?
It's 8:15. Hi, wonderful.
I'm trying to look at the camera to what I'm doing.
Oh yeah, and we can hear you way better too.
Cool. I'll just hold up the painting every now and then.
Cool. Yeah. Oh, are you still working on it too?
Yeah, I am.
Nice. Oh, that's so cool. Bye.
Don't know what to start with.
Ryan, how was your Christmas?
I honestly didn't have Christmas. I just went to my parents' house and went to the tree and we just played games.
That's not bad.
It was
Yeah.
awesome.
We
Yeah,
had our
right?
first Christmas.
We had our first at-home Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Has anybody been following the news since about 7 o'clock? Have things settled down with our brothers and sisters in the South?
I've only heard bad things and I've been avoiding it.
Okay.
That's fair. I think that's kind of one reason for this place too is we just keep making art. So maybe I can do 3 numbers for this. So Andrew dropped off 3 little pieces, so they could be a set or they could be singles. So I'm going to put different numbers on them. And when people bid, they can say either all 3 or just the one number. So these are by Andrew Farley. Number 26, 27, and 28. Scott said it's settled down.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you, Scott. So these are by Andrew Farley. Mixed media, so we got some aerosol work and acrylic on canvas, and they're all really cutely framed. So if you want to bid for these ones, they're $25 for the one, if you want to just bid on one of them, or $75 for the lot of them. So you can just say, I want all 3, if you want to bid on these.
Oh, I just heard all my paper. I should turn my microphone on.
Oh, can I come back?
Of course. Where are you going?
My legs are really stiff.
I know, my back hurts from being on the computer.
But I just can't.
The mic, but it's good.
Whoa, that was the one thing I said not to do.
No, but you didn't, like, it just moved a little.
I'm just saying. Kind of like when I give you a hard time about losing my stuff, and it turns out I lost it. That's hilarious.
Are you still in there?
Yeah.
What? It's so cute!
Well, I feel like I put so much art out there that
Oh, there's the one.
I might be running out of artists and buyers. So I just.
I don't know if you guys can see this one.
What are you working on, Kelly?
So I'll turn off the light.
Oh, yeah. Rich, do you want to take off that little, rumble guy in the corner so we can see Kelly's
Yeah.
shirt? Sorry. Scraping my eyeball off.
Scratching the surface. You better come up for air.
Oh, yeah. Very cool.
There's that one. Whoops. And then there's this one.
Hold it down a bit. Yeah, cool. Nice, Kelly. Oh, great. So this is number 29 by Rich Teru. Alright. Oh, that's beautiful, Chris.
Oh, thank you.
Wow, that red.
I didn't have a plan at all.
Never had one lesson.
Rich put me on the spot.
Doesn't it? It works out nicely sometimes.
That's actually my gift. Putting people on the spot. Ironically, the job Jess is doing right now, if you'd asked her 2 years ago, she would probably tell you is her worst nightmare.
It's true.
And yet, here she is.
And yet. Oh my. Here she is. Where did I put there?
How much time's left?
It is 8:23. So this
Oh,
is
Gotta pay hard. No, I didn't plan.
Well, there's no obligation to finish tonight, if that makes you feel any better.
No. I'm gonna.
So number 31 is by David Belcour. So this is the third in the trilogy of flowers like this that he has made and sold through us. Here we go. Number 3 in this series. Okay. Oh, there's such cool subtleties in this oil work that he does here. I need to. Yeah. How do I do
What's so funny?
I'm just trying to like back up and get this number 31 there. Number 31 by David Belcourt. Oil on canvas. Third in series. Okay. So, 31. All right. So we have about 30 pieces-ish. Some numbers are skipped. Is this one done, my love?
No. Is it dry?
Not quite. I don't want to move it yet. So you'll be 32 and 33.
Okay.
I need more tape.
That was probably dry enough to move.
I need more tape. It's in the bag. Oh, we lost 33. You have 30.
What does that mean, lost it?
Like, we missed some of the numbers, so that's why it's like skips 30, and then we skip some places. I'm just gonna huck this. I hucked a piece of tape. Okay.
Don't move that one in.
Oh wait. Okay. So Rich is working on 2 that are gonna be.
What would be a more gentle term for witch? Like
All mother.
like goddess. Yeah, like a Mother Earth.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Yeah, like an all mother. Like
All Mother.
like Odin is all father,
Yeah, All Mother.
and then she's like all mother because she was like.
So-
I like that in the book we had. It was talking about that sap runs in her veins.
Yeah.
Is this one done? Can I show
Done.
the camera?
Yes.
So this is number 32. We were talking about Mother Algra in the Dark Crystal. And there's talking about how she had sap running in her veins and her third eye is removable and she's able to see distant seeing. Wow, there's such incredible, thank you. Like I just saw all of the beautiful art that everyone's joining us and making art with us. And I just wanted to say thank you for painting with us, everyone who's here. Cause like that, wow, I just looked at the beautiful paintings. I was like, really, like, I got choked up. So amazing. I miss, see, like, I never thought I'd say this, but I miss people.
See, I told you Jessie's evil. All this time you thought she was the nice one.
No, not evilly. Like, I'm usually shy and, like, stay away from people, but I really love seeing all of their paintings.
Should I keep the palette green and blue, or should I add purple?
Ooh.
I had a request to do blue on this side, purple on this side. I'm not really feeling purple.
Purple would still keep it to that palette because it would be almost like a shadow or like a variant of the blue, right? Or is it like really wild purple?
I just have one shade, and it's like a violet. I don't know. I always miss it anyway.
Just like have fun. I don't know. Rich would say like, I think Rich would say like, do it, like try it out.
Show me, sorry. And what was the question? Should you add purple?
Keep with the green and blue or add purple.
Oh, add purple.
Okay. All right.
Can I tell you my philosophy is you should ruin every painting.
I love that because I was about to say I like to use everything on everything. So Rich, I got that.
So, but this is my theory. If you stop when it's safe, let's say you're at like, you're developing. Let's just say it was a crass as you could give it a percentage, right? So let's say your first painting was a 10%, and then you got it up to 15%, and you should have stopped, but you ruined something and it dropped down to a 12%. It could have been 15, but it dropped down to a 12. And then your next painting, you're starting it at 12%, and you work on it and you get it up to like 30%, but then you push it too far, you go to like 40%, but then you drop down to like 25%. And the way I see it is as you keep going up and up and up, the more risks you take, the higher you start your next painting. So whatever cost you have from not stopping this painting soon enough carries over and starts you at your next painting higher.
I need that in order.
You should always take it too far, and then you know how far you could have gone. Rather than stop, it's not weightlifting. Weightlifting, you should probably stop when it's safe. You know, not that I lift weights, or I don't know. Do you lift weights? Not really my thing, but my point is, you know, if somebody like drops the bar on their head and they can't get themselves out of the gym, that's a problem. But in this case, with paintings, you can always recover. So I think you should always take everyone too far. Every painting.
I love that. I need that written down.
I will write it down for you. I will make you a painting about taking every painting too far.
I'll make you a painting.
Like this buffalo I just ruined.
See, Chris gets it too. All my best paintings were pretty good paintings that I ruined, and then because I knew that there was a good painting under there, I fought until I gained them back. So that's the other thing, is once you ruin a painting, you got more reason to try and recover it, knowing that deep underneath there's a better painting will keep you up at night. So I think I end up getting farther back on track by ruining my paintings.
Oh, I fixed it. Rich is right.
Okay.
So what I'm painting right now is how I'm envisioning, what if Camilla Harris was Mother Nature? Did I say her name right? Camilla?
Kamala?
Kamala.
Yeah.
And so I've made her into Mother Nature today.
That's really nice.
Kind of a
Like a
goddess.
force of good.
I was looking for I was really feeling the weight.
You're looking for hope.
What's something positive in
Yeah.
America right now.
Yeah.
And then I find her like persona very enabling. Makes me feel strong.
I like that.
So I wanted to make her into kind of like actually kind of a companion to my.
This is like the crone and then the mother. Like
Well, they're the same person. These are
Yeah.
two matching paintings in
Yeah.
my head.
yeah.
But I didn't want to say that because I feel like sometimes when I take like kind or beautiful people and I call them witches, they get upset.
No, it's called the triple goddess. There's the crone, the mother, and the maiden.
Right.
Oh, and that goes with your three graces too.
Well, do I need another witch then to go with these two?
You don't need one, but I'm just saying
But
it's
he's
part
saying,
of.
like, I'm hearing you say I should push the envelope a bit and do 3. I'm kidding. I'm not doing 3.
In my head, I'm like, oh no. Number
Be here all
30,
night.
35 is by Kelly. So it's called Shadows. Wandering in the shadows, looking at the sky and the ground. I see people in the forest. I do not know if they are real or a shadow. My mind might be playing tricks on me, or maybe they aren't. I do not know. Opening bid $5. Number 35.
Yeah, so like my first idea was super tacky. I was thinking of painting Kamala Harris as Wonder Woman. And then I just realized how tacky that might be, or maybe it would be empowering. I couldn't decide. But I just decided not to take that risk because personas. It's important not to
Yeah,
borrow too much from people's personas.
that's fair.
That might be like Wonder Woman's persona or Kamala Harris's persona. One never knows.
All right. So, just a few at the beginning. I wanted to show while there's lots of people here. We got number 1 by Day One. Opening bid $100. A beautiful mixed media. So we have some acrylic and some aerosol. And those stars really stand out nice. The mist. So Chris is painting there with us. And number 2 by Day One. So all these pieces are up on the event page.
It's rattling to me every time you say number 2 by Day One.
I know, I really have
And I
to
think
think
I've
about
told
it.
Chris this before that when I meet new kids and they're struggling with my name, I tell them my name's Teru, and then when they're trying to pronounce it, I say it rhymes with Day 2. And so I've been saying this. Yeah, so I've been saying this for like 15 years. And then one day you walked in, you're like, "Hi, I'm Day One," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm Day 2." And it really felt like, when you're like, there's 2 Riches in the class, and so, or maybe 2 Chris's in the class, and so there's like Chris A and Chris B, and Chris B is like, "Dude, why am I Chris B?
Yeah, like the second Chris.
I'm A Chris."
The Chris. I dislike my name for that reason.
Because there's so many Chris's?
Yeah.
I get it.
There's only one me.
See, I picked my own name for that reason, but I picked it. Like, I literally picked the name Ryan, and I still hate it because it's too common. It just suits me, though. I just like the sound.
It's totally you, yeah.
I don't know why either. Everybody says that when I picked it.
How old were you when you picked your name?
I was 15, but I picked the name Ryan. I guess I had the name in mind since I was like 12, but then I picked it when I was 15.
How old were you when we met you?
20? Yeah, 20, I think. Something like that. It's been a while.
Do you have in your memory like a different relationship with your other name?
God, yeah, actually, a lot of trans women pick my old name. I won't say what it is. A lot of trans women pick it, and I'm friends with a lot of trans women, so I have had to confirm with saying it, which is weird because my head still snaps when I hear it,
Oh,
and it's been like a long time.
Strangely
that's
enough,
really interesting.
this will sound maybe trite, but I understand. For
No,
different
it's all
reasons.
good.
Is growing up, I absolutely hated my name, but I thought my name was Richard. And so if I had to say it, like I couldn't stand how it sounded in my mouth. And and I moved a lot. So every time I moved, I'd have to stand up in front of the class and tell them my name, and I hated saying my name out loud. And then it was so weird in junior high, I ended up getting like a wrestling jacket or a football jacket. I got a football jacket, and it said Richard on the sleeve. My friend Brett's like, why does it say Richard on your sleeve? I'm like, because that's my name. And he's like, nobody's ever called you that. And I realized at that point that without noticing it, I'd created this character, Rich. Which is, maybe not that different to anybody but me, but the difference between being a Rich and a Richard is the world to me. Like, when somebody calls me Richard, my whole body tenses. And I think that's not me.
I totally think that's relatable, and I think a lot of cisgender people think that name changing is only for trans people, or it's only valid for trans people. And there's so many people who don't like and don't identify with the name they were given. Like exactly like your story. And it makes the body tense up when they hear it. It really should feel familiar.
It's kind of like, that's the name your parents gave you before they knew you, right? And then the name you absorb for yourself is something that you partly it's like you earned it, and partly it's like you chose it, and it's special.
It's like this is my dance floor or top floor. In the words of Lady Gaga. I'm sorry, I got excited.
No, I love that.
But really, I feel it. It's my dance floor.
That's sort of
Oh,
like
it's
my
too wet.
friend-
It's too wet. I'm done though.
That's sort of like my friend Matt is now Michaela, and she chose her name.
It's a good name. Michaela.
Yeah.
Pretty.
This is a strange little painting. It's almost like an illustration. It's not my style at all.
And it's interesting that it's on that like canvas paper too.
Yeah,
So it's like
quirky. Here's a quirky little painting. I don't know what anybody would do with it, but should I sell these together? I think I should.
they are really nice.
Really nice together.
Yeah.
I say that like I've already lined up a buyer. Like, Ryan, you know what I've done? I've sold paintings to everybody I know. Now I can't sell paintings anymore.
Oh my god, I've done that with gifts.
I've got 12 tailors.
Tailors.
Yeah. That's a pretty great feeling. We have figure drawing tomorrow, I think. Are we doing figure drawing tomorrow?
I think we can. Yeah.
We haven't done it in a few weeks.
Yeah. Like I'm done. Yeah, I'm done with my report card, so I think we can just relax and do that.
How many report cards did you have to do?
It's just the comments for all the kids, so it's like not a whole.
Oh my god, the
report card.
comments.
Yeah, that's what it is. So it's about 300 kids.
300.
Because I teach
Wait
like,
a second. You personally grade hundreds.
yeah, because when you teach art, you don't. It's like you teach like a lot of little classes, so it's like.
Poor soul.
Let's not talk about it.
It's
now.
to be honest,
Yeah.
what I do is I do my art ones last, and so I'm like
gonna
totally.
kiss you so you
I'm
stop talking
gushy.
about-
No,
stop
I
talking
like
about
doing
teaching.
the art comments last because then I can gush to the kids about how amazing they are in the comments.
It's true to the extent that like I
Yeah.
dread grading the kids because I think it's wrong to grade the kids, and I
Yeah,
get
I
like
feel that.
stomach cancer for weeks, and then it goes away once the grades are over. But actually, there's a moment where I go through all the kids' stuff again, and I realize how amazing their work is. And so,
Yeah.
at the same time that I'm really suffering because I have to put grades on their work, I usually have the reassurance that they're doing the most amazing work, and then I'm pretty happy.
Totally.
That's the thing is, once I worked at summer camp, I realized I can't be an educator of kids like it's just too much to watch them go through. Even the fun stuff, watching them have such raw emotions, is too much for me.
It's really overwhelming
Yeah.
sometimes. Totally feel that.
One of those is a little wet.
I know, I'm just keeping them quiet. Just wanted them to be safe. Okay, so I'm already getting bids coming in for the pieces. So we are going to, it is 8:43. What are your plans? Ryan, are you going to work away at it? And did you want to auction that eventually, or is that you're just wanting to join us to make art? I didn't want to.
I haven't thought about options. I have so much that I can offer. So I'll check next week. But yeah, I can keep working on painting. I can chill.
Cool, wonderful. I just wanted to make sure I just don't like ignore anyone. Like, I always, everyone has their own like goals with it, so I want to make sure everyone's good. And then awesome, Kelly's. Are you good, Kelly?
Yeah, I'm good.
Working away, nice. And Matthias is there. Are you good, Matthias? Thumbs up, nice, wonderful. So we are we gonna close here,
What
Jack?
time is it?
It's 1:45. So I was just gonna say, please, we're gonna start the live auction at 9:00, and a new feed. So we'll have the new feed up, and we'll be sharing it.
It's called People from Newfoundland.
And what? I don't know what you're saying. And
Okay, that was a terrible joke.
so
Hold
then.
on, I want to play this video.
Okay.
Are you good?
I was just gonna tell them how to bid, but it was.
Hi, my name is Felix, and I'm going to show you how to draw a ninja forest. We are going to draw a ninja, and so I'm going to draw a circle like that. And then draw like you can line away. And then just circle. Then another circle. And you can't color those in. And color around them. So those are the
Don't forget to put your hand away.
right now, but you can color them in. And we draw like a semicircle and color that in. I like to draw stumpy legs on my ninja, like this. Then you can draw the hands, arms, hands, basically the same thing, but, well, this doesn't look long enough, so I'm gonna make it a little longer.
Because this arm's closer.
So if you have any other colors, now will be the time to use them to make nunchucks. You do a shape, pretty much any shape. It can be a rectangle or like this. Even a triangle will work. You can, and then go. That, and you color in your eyes any color. I like to color them in green.
Yep.
I hope you and your ninjas have lots of fun.
I hope you and your ninjas have lots of fun.
I would like that to be next week's inspiration because I know how to draw a ninja. Like legitimately, that was so amazing.
I love it so much.
It is a little indulgent for me to play my son's art lessons when nobody's asked me to, but
Just know I'm always asking.
they're pretty joyful.
Okay, so they are joyful.
Okay.
We are coming to the end of this live
This is the end.
live feed, but we are going to start up a new live feed at 9 o'clock. Please, in the meantime, look through all of the pieces of artwork on the event page. So Amanda has put up the tell Felix that was absolutely spectacular.
Who said
Mama. That was so good. There's a follow-up. It's his second video. It's gonna go
How to
viral.
draw Ramsey.
Okay, so yes, look through the pieces, get your bidding fingers going. I don't know. Start texting 403-629-7424 with your bids. I'll start writing them down and we can start pulling them up right away at 9 o'clock. Text 403-629-7424 with your bids or questions or anything. Rich will say cat pics, pet pics. And I think that's all.
Okay, click off.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us, and thank you, everybody, for painting with us. Yay! We'll see you soon at 9 o'clock.
Do I just do the same link, or is there a different one?
There'll be a new link.
New link.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
Bye. I'm not sure. End broadcast, right?